Hello, it's me, Josh Hunter, and I am here on the planet Earth, and I would like to discuss something. I just realized that I have, at the time of this recording, apparently I've made about 100, 100 plus videos. I didn't know that I had made so many. So I think it's time for me to bring up something that I've, hang on, I think it's time for me to bring up something which I have not, I guess, explained. I do sometimes refer to myself as YouTube secret police. In fact, on my description of on my about me, about the channel, it says that this is a YouTube secret police headquarters. That my channel is YouTube secret police headquarters. And let me tell you what inspired this. Well, not what inspired it, but I've always been kind of a by-the-books type person. I mean, I'm not like, you know, I don't know, I'm flexible. But, you know, I like order. I like things being in order. I don't like things being out of order. And for as long as I can remember, I've had a pretty good understanding of order, like when something is supposed to happen and when it's not supposed to happen, when things happen too soon or when they're too late. As you know, my favorite type of mineral is clear quartz crystal. Specifically, I like Arkansas quartz crystal from Jim Coleman Mines. Love it. That's my favorite type of stone, my favorite type of rock. Fantastic. Sorry, I'm having a little hard time seeing the screen because I got, hang on, let me, oh, I know what I'll do. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't mean to. All right. Anyway. So, I'm also trying something else out a little different today. I've been feeding my lice to lizards, which is not something I've done thus far. I don't know if they're eating them. I just saw some lizards come around and they were just like nibbling on things. They could have been ants, could have been, I don't know what else is around here, maybe spiders, but they were gulping up a bunch of them. And what I had put a bunch of them over there, so I think the lizards are eating my lice too. So it'll be nice to see how they react to that. Not how they react. I want to know what I mean, you know, because I pride myself on on, you know, making sure that I produce high quality lice. Okay, these aren't your granddaddy's lice. Okay, these aren't no, you know, yard sale garage band lice. Okay, these are high quality, lice connoisseurs come to me all around the world. They say, excuse me, I don't know if you think there's any other human being producing better lice than this guy, Josh Hunter, but Josh Hunter produces the best lice. True story. Anyway, back to the topic. So, I've always tried to be like a person who, it's not that I like love rules, but I just like the idea of like things being, you know, going as they're supposed to. Because when things get out of order, you know, chaos is nice for a little bit until like you're in a severe deficit of something that you need. Like when you really need to, like, there are a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, we love chaos, we love things just being like, there's a specific type of person, I call them a disruptor. Okay, now I don't know, this is just like, I've been disrupted so many times by so many people, but they've always seemed to be following the same program. So I just call them disruptors, and that's what they do, they disrupt. And when you have good order, when you have things in order, the disruptors, see, the only reason why they're able to disrupt is because they understand the law. They understand certain types of spiritual laws, and they understand certain types of, you know, environmental laws. I'm not referring to laws written by man, but just, you know, structural laws having to do with, like, you know, the nature of reality and all that. But they don't understand order, and that's why they're disruptors. I'm not a fan of disruptors, not even a little bit. I want the disruptors to be somewhere else. The disruptors and the liars, they can all go somewhere else. But anyway, so as you know, I have kind of well, somewhat, I have kind of militarized my consciousness over the past 10 years. I didn't mean to. It's just, I couldn't get a girlfriend and I didn't know what to, when I say militarized, I'm not talking about violence. I'm just talking about a very firm structure, a very, firm way of living that does, like a military. You would need, what? When you have soldiers, you have definite tasks, there's no fat, so to speak. No fat to chew. Oh man, okay. Anyway, so I don't mean, when I say militarized my consciousness, I don't mean like I have like violent intent or anything, because ultimately violence is an impractical way to solve anything. Simply because if your solution demands the needless destruction of any structure, then what must eventually happen to you? Ultimately. I mean, if you're living in a circular world, if you're living in a world that's just a straight and arrow, and if you never return to the same spot, ever, in your type of motion, then yeah, of course, violence would seem like a reasonable solution. But I don't know how you could even be perceiving this if you were living in a world where you never return to the same spot. If you were living a non-circular life, then I think maybe you don't realize that you are living a circular life, and you have simply you're moving perhaps slower than you think you are, or faster. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not a snitch. I'm not going to like tell on you. I'm not going to try and get you in trouble or anything like that. I am concerned about the preservation of order. Like when people say that phrase, "snitches get stitches," that's not just like this, unthinking, club mentality. It is a way of understanding how to preserve the order of things. Because when a snitch is like, "Oh, let me go tell on you," okay, that's that's someone who doesn't understand that things have to go a certain way. And so when I say that I'm YouTube secret police, that doesn't mean that I'm like out trying to get people in trouble. I just want to make sure that things remain in order. Okay, so if you like invite me to a party, if you invite me to a party or something, don't think, "Oh man, if we invite this YouTube cop." If we invite to this party, like, what's gonna happen? Like, is he gonna like rat on all of us? Is he gonna be like watching us, like waiting for us to make a mistake or something? I'm not looking for mistakes, okay? And truth be told, I would have already corrected the mistakes before I even got to your fucking party. So don't worry about it. If I'm at the party, I've already the case is closed, okay? Once I'm physically there, it's already over, okay? I'm Ozymandias on this shit. All right, sorry, that was a little cheesy. I shouldn't have said that. When I said Ozymandias, I was referring to from The Watchmen, because, remember, this is a spoiler. I'm not sure if you read that book, Watchmen, or saw the movie. I'm not referring to the series, or even the second parts, which I did not read and which I did not see. But in the original comic book graphic novel, Watchmen, the main villain, who was referred to as the smartest man in the world, I forget his other name, but his moniker was Ozymandias. And his solution to solve all the world's problems was to bring them a common enemy. And to put that common enemy, he created a false alien, which he put at the center of New York City, which everyone would become distracted by, but they would all feel like they had to fight against. And this would unify the world. And so the other superheroes with whom he was associated, when they finally found out after he told them, they were like, "All right, we're gonna stop you." And he's like, "What are you guys talking about, dude? I already finished this. So when I said, "Oh, I'm Ozymandias on this shit," first of all, I don't like that tone because it's a little arrogant. I don't like the tone of arrogance. To me, arrogance is blinding, and I don't like to be. I mean, I like to be able to see. And so anyway, just as a side note. So I just want to clear up that when I refer to myself as YouTube secret police, that's why it's like secret, because I'm not judge or jury or executioner. I am just I'm just wanting to make sure that order is preserved. And I don't do this by, I do not achieve this through violent means or even forceful means. I simply try and understand and comprehend a situation as best I can and give as best a reaction as I possibly can. Meaning, I have perceived some very minute connections and associations, and normally this would just be I would relegate myself to some, you know, conspiracy nut type association. Like, oh, here's this guy. Oh, you see this connection? You see that connection? But it just so happens I am also in proximity to various I guess I'm in very close proximity to as yet undefined yet important social structures. And because of that, some of the things that I say and do sometimes do have an effect. Not because they have any power, but it's like, you know, I guess maybe I cast a shadow. I don't know if that's the case. If it is, I'll try and, I don't, because apparently shadows are bad. I don't know. I'm working on it. So, but I have noticed that I don't need to, I wonder if this is what bragging sounds like in the future. Fuck. Well, if it is, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to brag. I need to make sure that I understand myself, since I'm, you know, anyway. So, I just wanted to, it is a type of precision. There's a movie called Unstoppable with Chris Pine and Denzel Washington. And in it, they're trying to stop this train. Apparently the train didn't have any brakes, and it just kept on going and going and going. Should have named that train Naruto. Anyway. Because it didn't know when to stop. Alright. But in this movie, there's another character in the movie. I forget his name, but well, I don't forget his name. I cannot recall his name at the present time. But he says it's all about precision. Okay, you gotta you gotta understand precision. And when I first saw this movie, I used I thought to myself, yeah, you know what? If you don't have power, then you got to be precise. If you can't be a powerful person, then you need to be precise. You need to understand. And so I've done my utmost to comprehend reality as best I can. And like I said, all I'm trying to do is, like, you know, have someone pay for me to live in a house for the rest of my life, my own bed, my own clothes, 10 sets of clothes, unlimited beer, unlimited alcohol, you know, boxed wine, cable internet, a laptop computer, maybe even a desktop, you know, a sex robot, you know, all the needful all the needful things. And so I cannot do this with power, because to me at this point it seems to be graceless to try and achieve this basic thing through methods of power. And so I have tried to be precise with my speech, using a type of geometry which is natural so far, but I don't know if it'll continue to be. Let's hope for the let's make sure that we all do. Anyway. So alright, so to put it simply, it is not my intent to get people in trouble. I just want to preserve order. I would never, or I do not typically do that through the use of force. And I simply, I simply try to live in the way that I believe would produce the order. And I try to, it's a type of kind of abstract visualization. You wouldn't call it visualizing, but it's anyway. So I just have to say this. I don't have to say it, but I want people to be comfortable. I like comfort. So, all right. Thanks for watching.